Welcome back to Flow and Flex. Today's workout is a body weight only core flow, so grab your mat and let's get moving. Hey guys, Grace here. Let's start seated, feet flat on the floor. We're going to take ourselves through some gentle shoulder rolls just to release any tension you might be carrying through that upper body. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, big circles round and down. Thinking about the crown of the head tall, sitting up tall on those sit bones. Let's sweep our left arm up and over to the right, finding that stretch through the waist, and return through the centre. Reaching right arm up and over towards the left, and through the centre. This time, curving over to your right, we're going to take a little rounding of the spine over the top of your thighs. Keep going round all the way towards the left. And then sitting up nice and tall. Reversing this circle. So we reach to the left, curve round through the spine, all the way over towards that right, and sitting up tall. Reaching the fingertips forward, working through our C curve. We're going to tuck the tailbone, drawing the abdominals back towards the spine as you slowly roll through the back, and then deepening that curve to sit up tall. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, draw the belly button to spine and start to roll yourself back till the top line of the leggings, and then deepening that curve rib to hips as you sit up nice and tall. Just a few more here. So exhale, scooping and rounding through the lower back, drawing the navel back to spine, and then meeting the ribs to the hips as you sit up through the crown of the head. Good, just working through a few more here, finding that curving and rounding through the spine, deep core connection, and then ribs to hips on the way up, growing tall. Exhale, little tuck of that tailbone, rib cage drawing in as you roll back through that C curve, and then deepening that rounding as you come up tall. Lovely. From here, as we start to roll backwards, I want you to think about that deepening through the lower abdominals, the tailbone tucking, the belly button drawing back towards the spine. Exhale, scooping and rounding. Good. Inhale, ribs to hips as you slowly restack that spine back up. Make sure you're not taking any tension through the shoulders. Start to draw the right elbow back, finding that bow and arrow shape, rotating to that right hand side. And then exhale, left elbow starts to draw back, finding that twist through the back. Good. Inhale, deepen that curve, sitting up nice and tall. Really open that chest out to the right hand side, gaze back to that right elbow, and then resetting the spine, sitting up tall. Exhale, left elbow starts to draw back, oppositional pull through that right hand too. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, scoop and round through the core. Gaze towards that elbow. We're going to reach forward, sitting up tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, left elbow drawing back. Keep planting both feet firmly through the mat. Sit bones staying in contact with the floor as well. Exhale, right elbow back. Inhale, restack that spine. Exhale, start to draw that left elbow back, widening through the chest, deepening that curve on the way up. Taking it through once more on each side, right elbow pulls back, ribs to hips, deepen the curve on the way up. Exhale, last one through that left hand side, twisting into that waist, resetting. Next one, right elbow pulls back and we start to pulse that elbow further behind. You're wringing out your waist as if it was a towel and deepening that curve with each little pulse of that elbow. Exhaling as you twist. Resetting nice and tall, left elbow starts to draw back, finding that pulse, wrapping that waist further back each time, pulsing the elbow out to that left. Good, big deep breaths here guys. We're going to start to reset up tall. Good, last push is a roll back into that C curve, place the hands behind the thighs. We pulse by lifting the chest up an inch and down an inch. We have a couple of layers here. Keeping the hands behind the thighs, option 1. Option 2, reaching those fingertips forward, making it a little more challenging. Third and final challenge is hands behind the head, finding that curve as you lift and lower the chest up and down an inch. Keep wrapping those ribs, keep tucking that tailbone. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Let's reach over the top of the legs, dropping into that forward fold to recover. Slowly sitting yourself up, we're going to come back onto the forearms, bending those knees in, hip distance apart. Pelvic tilts to begin. On the exhale, you're pressing your lower back into the mat. And then inhale, slight lift to return back to neutral. So on your exhale, draw your pubic bone towards your belly button, flatten the lower back, and then tipping back into that neutral. We're focusing on what's going on through the lower abdominals for this section. So as you tuck the pelvis, can you draw everything in towards the spine? And then slight release as you tip those hips back forwards. Exhale, press the lower back in. Inhale, slow release. Lovely. Try not to collapse into that chest, drawing those ribs together. We're going to float right knee to tabletop. Exhale, left knee joins. Inhale, lower the right. Exhale, lower the left. We're maintaining that little tilt of the pelvis. Imagining there's a piece of paper underneath the back of your pelvis. You're pressing down into the mat, squashing that piece of paper. Good. Find that length through the hips as you lower those legs one at a time back onto the floor. Inhale, right leg. Exhale to lift the left. Keep that tilt of the pelvis. Press the back into the floor as you lower the legs one at a time. Lovely. Floating that right leg up. Exhale. Deepen that curve as you lift the left. Tapping that right foot down. Exhale, lowering that left foot. Nice. Keeping hold of those lower abdominals, drawing everything back to the spine. Exhale, tap to lower the foot and join with that left. Floating both legs up to tabletop this time. Extend, lower the right leg. Inhale, bend back into tabletop. Exhale, extend that left leg down to the mat. Inhale, float back up to tabletop. Good. We are hovering those legs 1 inch off the mat as you lower, keeping that pelvic tilt and finding that slight imprint of the spine down through your mat. Exhale, lift to lower. Inhale, return back into tabletop. Make sure the knees are staying stacked over the top of the hips and they're not tempting to start to creep too close towards the chest. Exhale, lowering it. Lovely, just a couple more here. Find that length through the hips, sending the toe all the way towards the wall on the opposite side of the room. Good. Exhale, left. And bringing it up. Good. Dropping those feet back down. Give your spine a little twist by dropping both knees to the right and sweeping them over to the left. Good. A little moment to release that spine, also taking yourself out of that tilt. Ready to reset back in, drawing those knees to tabletop. This time we're opening the knees out into a frog and then squeezing them back together. Lovely, so just working inside that hip. Exhale, open the knees out. Inhale, squeeze them together. As always, we are still in that pelvic tilt. So can you press your lower back down into your mat, tipping your pubic bone back towards your face. Exhale, open. Inhale, squeeze. Try not to collapse into the chest. Feel a slight little lift from the center of your chest up towards the ceiling. Knees stacking over hips, no closer than that. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Let's return the feet. Release the pelvis. Give yourself a moment to reset. Nearly there, team. Floating both knees back into that frog. On the exhale, straighten the legs out. Inhale, bend back into the frog. Feet are flexed this time. You're keeping your heels glued together and you're sending the legs away from you to straighten and drawing them back in for that frog press. The lower your legs are down towards the mat, the more challenging it will feel through that core. The minute you start to lose that pelvic tilt, bring those legs back a little higher just to make it slightly lighter. We are still imprinting that lower spine down through the mat. Exhale, extend the legs, squeeze the heels together. Inhale, bend. Lovely, pointing the toes. We're now going to add that little lower and lift. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower it down to the mat. Lift it back up and bend into your frog. Good, still tilting that pelvis, drawing everything down towards the mat. Exhale to lower the leg. Inhale, lift and point. Good, send that leg further away from you each time, finding that length into the hip. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, bend to tap. Lovely. Not long left to go, guys. Keep lengthening through those hips. Lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, bending it in. Good. Releasing those legs. Coming back to that slight twist of the spine, dropping the knees to the right. Sending them over towards the left. Once more over to the right-hand side, and then we're going to set ourselves up for that final layer. Legs straight to the ceiling, start to crisscross them one over the top of the other. On your exhale, the legs lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift up to the ceiling. So exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. We are maintaining that pelvic tilt by pressing the lower back through the mat and finding the legs only lowering as far as you can control it before they start to lift back up. Exhale, lower it down. Good. Inhale, start to lift. Keep tucking that tailbone. Keep pressing the back through the mat. So close, guys. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Give ourselves a little gentle rock side to side. And then take ourselves through a little bit of stretching to finish. Popping the feet on the mat, we're going to bring the arms into a cactus shape, so that's elbows in line with the shoulders. Dropping the knees to your right, turning your head to the left, encouraging that left hip to lift off the mat. Good, sweeping the legs over towards the left, head is to your right. This time, right hip encouraging off the mat. Good, straightening those legs out for me. Take a little roll onto your front. Hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, press up into that cobra stretch. Crown of the head tall. Belly button lifting off the mat. Send your gaze back towards your left foot. Through the centre and then back to your right foot. And centre. Good. Meeting me in a comfortable seated position. Placing the hands to the rib cage. We're going to take a couple of breaths to finish. Inhaling through the nose, expand that rib cage out. Exhale, just gently draw belly button to spine. Feel the ribs drawing in. We're going to reach the arms up, hands to prayer. Give yourself a clap. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi guys, we hope you enjoyed today's workout. We just wanted to take a moment to chat with you about our spanning mats and weights that you might have seen us use in our videos.
The team over at STAKT have very kindly partnered up with us to bring you a fabulous discount that you can use to purchase the mats and weights that you've seen in the video today. All you need to do is enter Flow and Flex 15 at checkout, or alternatively, we've linked it all in the description box down below in case you need to refer back to that.
So we use the STAKT Mat Pros, it's got an extra grippy surface, but all of the STAKT mats fold, which make them great for transporting, but also you can have extra padding under your hands or your knees if you need it, and it also can help you be a little bit more creative with your exercises as well.
And we also use the amazing stackable weights. They come apart into 3 sections, each weighing about 2 pounds or the equivalent of a kilo, which means you can add 1, 2 or 3 sections together to get your desired weight for the workout that you're doing today.
We hope you get to enjoy them as much as we do, and we'll see you in the next video.